Greetings, friend, entrepreneur, and fellow business builder. I'm Marketing Master Jim Ackerman, and this is BizKaboom's Good, Bad, and Ugly Ads, the program where you get to take a look at an ad and determine whether you think it's good, bad, or ugly from a marketing perspective, and then you get to hear the wit and wisdom of the master himself in letting you know how wrong you probably are. No, just kidding. You might be right. So let's jump into today's ad specimen, okay? This is a direct mail piece that comes in an envelope. It is a catalog-sized envelope, 6 by 9, and that makes it a little bit unusual compared to the standard number 10 business envelope. You can see that it is addressed to the recipient, which in this case is me. There's not a name for the company up here, but it does say Carver's Steak and Chops with over top of it, it says, "You're cordially invited to Carver's Steak and Chops." Now, why would I be cordially invited? By the way, there's nothing on the back. Why would I be invited? Is this an ad for the restaurant? Well, not really, and you're probably aware of that because you probably get similar things from financial planners all the time, right? So this is what's on the inside, and it came out exactly that way. So the first thing I saw was the picture, and it says, "The new rules of retirement." And you are invited to enjoy a private gourmet meal at Carver's Steak and Chops, okay? Well, then on the back it says a special invitation from in the name of the person with some of his credentials and that kind of thing. And then on the inside, again, the same picture of the folks, but faded back into the background, and the copy of the sales letter over the top of that photograph. And then it looks like a ticket. It's not really a ticket, but it just kind of looks like a ticket, meaning this is your ticket in to the event. So take a look at the envelope, take a look at the piece, take a look at the inside as well as the outside, and take as much time as you need to evaluate all these pieces. You can stop the video if you'd like to closely examine them and what is being said and how it's being said. And then start the video again, come on back, and I will tell you what I think in terms of the effectiveness of this particular piece. You're back, so am I. Let's talk about it, and we'll begin with the envelope, okay? Not an entirely bad envelope. It's got teaser copy on it by virtue of you're invited to a meal at Carver's. Carver's is a nice restaurant, steak and chops kind of restaurant. So it's the kind of place that most people would really like to have a meal. So that's intriguing on the outside. Nothing else on it though. You can see because of the way it was printed that this wasn't hand addressed or anything. But okay, so you've seen this kind of thing before, and we've talked before about the fact that this kind of envelope could tend to get open by virtue of its size, by virtue of the invitation look of it, by virtue of the teaser copy on the cover, which isn't always recommended, but in this case, I think it works. I'd like to know whether I can get the free meal at Carver's. So the envelope is likely to get it opened, which is a good sign. The interior, of course, the new rules of retirement. Now I instantly know what's going to happen when I go to this dinner, right? I'm going to have to sit through a presentation by some financial planner about what I need to do to get my finances in order. And if I'm at that age group, I am at that age group. And they're offering a free meal. Maybe it's worth sitting through the presentation about something I need to be aware of anyway. So if I don't have my financial house in order and I am of the age group, this might be something that would be appealing to folks. The inside is particularly interesting, however, because normally where this would be in the form of a letter, they've made it a little bit more brochure-ish. They've got the full color picture on the inside with the copy over top of it. That's usually not a good idea because it makes things harder to read. And even though it's a light colored picture and it's screened back, it does make it harder to read. Now wait a minute, how old am I? 60 something. And how old are the people who are receiving this? 60 something. Do they find things like this easy to read? No, not a good idea to do it this way. But I've seen a lot worse. The other thing that's interesting is the ticket looking piece down here. And I know from experience that I've seen this before where they have a separate ticket. So what they may be testing here is, do we have to print a separate piece? Do we have to print an invitation plus a separate letter plus a ticket to get in, which is what has been the case in some of these pitches in the past? Well, the answer is I don't know. That's why they're testing it. However, having said that, I do know this. As a general rule, the more pieces that are in the envelope, the higher the response rate. So what are they sacrificing by not having an invitation card, a separate letter, and a separate ticket? That's what they're trying to find out. I don't know the answer, but my gut tells me they're probably sacrificing a certain amount of response. The question is, are they sacrificing so much that this package becomes less profitable than their control package? And only time will tell, because the next time they send me one, we'll see if it's this or they're adding pieces back in. Now, overall, how would I rate this one? Conceptually good, certainly not an ugly piece, but I think the test that they're doing here, the attempt to save some money is going to backfire on them. I'm going to say this one is bad. Now, you tell me. Well, you have told me. You've already voted in your own mind. Now it's time to cast your vote with your comments and let me know where you think I'm off base, if you think I'm off base, or where you think I've changed your mind if I have influenced you to think differently about it than you originally did. Certainly share this video with your friends and have the discussion with them as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ask your friends to do so too. If we all get together, we can get better at marketing. And as we get better at marketing, we'll get more customers who will pay us more money more often, the fastest, easiest, most cost-effective ways possible. And it all begins right here on BizKaboom's Good, Bad, and Ugly Ads.